didn't see you come out smiling. But, I mean, when you look at it from goaltending being solid, the guy's aggressive constantly throughout the game, dominant from the beginning, keeping a puck in their own net. I mean, a great team to play tonight.
Yeah. It was good. It was obviously we played well tonight. It's a real good team over there. I thought our guys had a lot of energy. We talked about, we had to have everyone on board tonight. Obviously, with Zaleski getting hurt right away, that was a big hole in our lineup. Joe, everyone was good tonight. That was a good team win tonight.
How satisfying or how important was it to get out so quickly and did you think that maybe pushed them back a little bit or took a little wind out of their sails?
No, I mean, you always want a fast start. We talk about that a lot. I think everyone does. But to get the 2-goal lead was nice. But I thought we kept I thought our compete level actually went up as the game went on. They came hard. Joe made some big saves. We had a lot of guys play well tonight.
The Kennan's goal, to make it 2-0, obviously, that's a big thing, but it seemed like all him, a tremendous effort goal there.
It was. When Ronnie's playing well, he's strong on the puck. He's hard to handle physically, and it's nice to see him go to the net and get rewarded. We talk about that a lot at this time of the year. It's, you got to go to the net. You got to find goals around the crease.
How's Zaleski?
Well, obviously, he didn't play the rest of the game, so he'll be evaluated again tomorrow.
So when he went out, I mean, how hard is that, and what's your thought on it? How and obviously played different guys and kept changing them, right? I mean, how difficult is that?
Well, it is. You lose your front line. It's arguably that was our top line going into the game, and that early, you've got to juggle lines around, and other guys have to step up, and your matchups. It's tough to get your matchups because you've got players slotting in on different lines, so that's the hardest part, and trying to keep guys in the game and not trying to tax too many guys out.
Tonight, Cannata was, on his head. And he's doing now what you probably thought he would do 2 years ago. Quietly, he is leading, and doesn't get much fanfare, whatnot. But you have to be pleased with the way he's progressed.
No, Joe's been. From the first year to where he is now, he's a different goalie. He's more mature. His conditioning's a lot better. Every year he's just gotten better. I thought last year, we had Eriksson and Markstrom, and Joe deserved to be in the league. But I like how his attitude was. He didn't complain. He went down and had a great year again. And when he came up, he was good, and he's been good all year this year.
We talked earlier in the week about what an up-tempo, fast offensive game that they have, but to be able to take their game and kind of give it right back to them and have that offensive edge, and then on the defensive zone, I mean, really shut them down. I mean, how valuable was that for your team?
It was just, it's not like we just knew we were playing Toronto and we were going to change our game. We didn't change our game tonight. Everyone played well. They had a lot of good chances. We had a lot of good chances. It was an exciting game, and when you come out on the right side of those games, it obviously feels good. But we didn't all of a sudden, just because we're playing Toronto, we're going to do things differently. We just played well tonight.
The second period, the number of planks off the bar, off the post, hey, turn your hair a little gray there?
Not really, as long as it doesn't get as gray as yours.
You're right. And then you relax a little bit once I was both.
Not really. Yeah, this is the kind of team that can score a lot of goals in a hurry. And when we got up 3-0, I liked the way our team played. We didn't let up. We didn't start taking chances. Our game was pretty consistent throughout the 60 minutes.
Gregor Hansen was out there today. What was your look at?
I liked him. I thought he played well. That was the first time I've seen him. Saw him in a practice, and that was it. But I thought that line played well. Castles, LeBate, and Hansen were, had to be the most minutes they've played all year, and I thought they stepped up.
Just in general, having your top scorer traded away, next leading scorer gets called up, and then I think number 4 scorer gets hurt, and just the guys circled the wagons had to be very satisfying.
It was. That's a good team you're playing over there. but that's part of being a good team. It's part of having good characters in your room. It's part of having good leaders that let people feel comfortable in the room. Because if they don't, when their opportunity comes, they're usually still uneasy and they don't feel confident enough. And guys like Castles, he was good tonight. But guys are genuinely happy when other players get chances, and that's a big part of what we stress here.
Grenier had a difficult first portion of his season, but he's really seemed to come on, especially since the All-Star break. I mean, what have you seen in his game? Being able to contribute offensively again.
It's a fine line with Grens. He's got a lot of skill in his game. And there's times when he tries to use that skill too much. When he plays a power forward game and he has a little edge in his game, he's a lot better than when he plays in the perimeter. And over the years, I think he's learned how he has to play to have success.
Archibald seemed to have a good game tonight. Yeah. What did you think of? What did you think of his game tonight?
It was good. Arch was good. He got 2 big goals for us. Arch is another guy that where his game's matured. He's not just on the ice, but I think off the ice he's learned how to have he's a big guy. He's learned how to have his legs going every night. There's not many nights when he's not skating, and that's a big part of his game.
First off, being able to get those 2 goals, in terms of points, it's been a rough go of it for you lately. How much of a confidence booster is it to be able to finally get the offensive production, with your game?
It's always nice when you're putting the puck in the net. Our main focus is that we win the games. It's nice when you can contribute, but I just try to go out and play a well-rounded game and help the team win as best I can.
Would you say that was as close to a complete 60-minute game that you guys have played all year?
Yeah, I thought we played real well tonight. Top to bottom. Joey Cannata stood on his head for us. Made some big saves when it needed them. It's nice to jump out to that 2-0 lead. Against a team like that, and like I said, top to bottom, it was a well-played game by us.
Knowing when you come into this game, Toronto being a top team and offensively, being one of the better teams in the league, to be able to have that offensive game in your favor and to shut them down defensively, what does that mean for you guys moving forward?
Yeah, that's huge. Especially we got them twice this weekend. It's not going to be an easy weekend here. It's nice to get the first win there at home, and we're going to have another tough couple games coming up. But definitely a big win for us.
Was that the loudest that you've heard the odd so far this season?
Yeah, it was pretty comparable to the playoffs last year. It's always an energetic building, and a great atmosphere here at the Odd.
I'm sorry, I lost my train. Oh, okay. You lose your leading scorer, he gets traded. Gauntz gets called up, and then early in this game, Zaleski gets hurt. You guys seem to have really circled the wagons very, very well with it. How do you do that? You know that you're missing guys, and how do you do that? How do you approach that?
It's just more opportunity for guys to step up and play more minutes. It's tough losing Z like that tonight, and it happens though. You go through adversity out the year. You got to keep just moving forward. When you get your opportunity, you got to bring your A game.
And how has your game? Travis mentioned that your game has grown. How has your game grown this year? You didn't get a contract. They got you. They wanted you. You came back. How has your game grown this year?
Yeah, it was a tough summer for me. My main focus was getting back to this level and being healthy. I'm trying to carry the puck more. Try and create more offense. I feel like I'm just, really maturing as a player, knowing the little things to do. And, fortunate enough, I think I've been playing some good hockey this year, and, it'd be nice to just keep moving forward here.
Just like last weekend, when you have a 3-3, how important is it to start out that, to start out that first game, and kind of set the tone for the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, any game you're winning, but definitely leading into a 3-3. It's nice to get the first 2 points like that, and it's going to be another tough battle tomorrow night.
But we didn't ask you about John Scott the other last week. What was that like? Like hanging on to a grizzly bear or what?
Yeah, it happens out there. He's a big, strong guy. He kind of caught me off guard. I was gonna drop him with the other guy that was coming after me, but it's part of the game. It'll look nice on the fight card there.
Very good.
Well, first off, do you think that the play in front of you, that this was the most complete 60-minute game you guys have played all year?
Yeah, I think we've played a lot of good games. It's nice to beat the top team, and I think all year we've played this team pretty well. It's been a difference of a bounce. I think there's 3 one-goal games, and it was nice to get the first goal, get rolling, and I think everybody kind of did their job tonight. So
With a team like that, that's moves so quickly on the forecheck, I mean, how difficult is it to track the puck with so many bodies in front of you? I mean, you seem to track it pretty well tonight.
yeah, I mean, I felt good out there. Guys did a good job blocking the shot when they needed to and clearing out rebounds and whatnot. But we knew they had a lot of guys called up, but they're still a very explosive offensive team, and we had to limit turnovers and kind of use the cycle and wear them down. So we did a good job.
What about the penalty kill tonight? I mean, with you included, I mean, they really shut them down. That's a great power play that they have. I mean, what are some of the things that you saw with the penalty killers in front of you, and what were they doing to shut them down?
Well, I blocking shots again, and then they look for a lot of seam plays and kind of throwing pucks towards the middle. That middle guy is kind of how they run everything, and we did a good job getting sticks on pucks and good clears, and we put a lot of pressure down in their zone and kind of killed the clock, so that was good.
How comforting was it to see Archibald score that third goal to make it 3-0?
Well, that's a huge goal in any game. I think you're up 2 goals, and they always say that's the worst lead in hockey. So the third one was huge. We knew if they got that next one, they'd probably start coming a little bit more, and we did a good job of playing a solid game and kind of capitalizing on our chances.
When you play a 3-on-3, just like you guys did last week, to win that first game on Friday, I mean, how important is that to be able to set the tone for the weekend?
Oh, it's huge. I think all these 3-and-3s, I think you got to take one at a time. If you can't look to Saturday or Sunday. You got to take one at a time. And last weekend we did a good job, and this weekend's going to be just as tough. So it's nice to get 2 points against the top team, and I think guys are looking forward to tomorrow too.
To shut out a team like that, I mean, first of all, how exhausting is it with all that going on in front of you? But how rewarding is it, with all that work to come away with a 0 on the board?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get them. They don't come often, so it's nice to get it against them. And I think it was a team effort. The guys did a good job in front, and for me, it's a nice accomplishment. But it's just the win's more important for sure.